First and foremost, I want to say, call Halayim Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who taught me this truth and who grew well in this truth. Shalom to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel that is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and mercy unto you, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. You are the true chosen people of the book. All right, we are the Hebrew Israelites. We come week in and week out to prophesy the downfall and the destruction of America. All right, because America in the Bible is known as Babylon the Great, or the great daughter of Babylon, or Mystery Babylon. All right, and according to biblical prophecy, Mystery Babylon, all right, aka America, or Babylon the Great, is going to be wiped off the face of this earth by nuclear destruction. All right, in this third world war that's getting ready to pop off. All right, nuclear missiles are going to fly and pelt this place, man, and it's going to be wiped off the face of this earth by nuclear destruction. All right, thermonuclear destruction, man. That's the will of the Lord, to destroy this place, man, because America is the most vile, the most profane, all right, the most abominable empire to ever exist in history. The Lord has a very strong and passionate hatred for America, man, and nuclear missiles will hit this place. This is all throughout the scriptures. This is biblical prophecy. This is the will of the Lord, man. All right, and this gospel is preached unto you Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans, which are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of, because the word of the Lord is only for the nation of Israel, only for his people. The Lord didn't give his word to no other people, to no other nation. All right, according to pursuant to Psalms 147, man. All right. But what I want to get into today is Revelation 11, the 11th chapter. All right, let's break down the Revelation 11, man. And Lord, will we get through the whole chapter? All right, and you get the understanding of it, man. All right, so let's get into it, man. All right, let's get Revelation the 11th chapter. All right, let's pop it off, man. All right, let's get it. All right. So this is Revelation 11 and 1. All right, it says, and there was given me a reed like unto a rod, and the angel stood, saying, rise and measure the temple of the Most High, and the altar, and them that worship therein. All right, so now let me read it again and I'll break it down. All right, so Revelation 11 and 1, and there was given me a reed like unto a rod. Yeah, that reed like unto a rod is a measuring tool, represents a measuring tool, man, which is the Bible. All right, that measuring stick is the Bible, man. All right, so let's read it. It says, and there was given me a reed like unto a rod, which is the Bible. All right, and the angel stood and saying, rise and measure the temple of the Most High. Yeah, so with the scriptures, we're supposed to measure the temple of the Most High. The temple of the Most High is the nation of Israel, all right? Starting with the elect, all right? Because this Bible, which is the measurement, all right, is going to reel in the elect, the remnant that was predestined to come back to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, to escape the judgment that is getting ready to come, which is the nuclear missiles, man. All right, the thermonuclear destruction that's going to wipe America off the face of the earth, man. You understand? So let's break that down again. All right, it says, and there was given me a reed like unto a rod. That reed like unto a rod represents a measuring tool, which is the Bible. All right, this is how we measure. All right, it says, and there was given me a reed like unto a rod, and the angel stood, saying, rise and measure the temple of the Most High. Yeah, because we're supposed to measure the temple. Excuse me, we're supposed to measure the temple of the Most High, man, which is the nation of Israel, starting with the elect. The measure is the measuring tape is the Bible, man. All right, when it says measure the temple of the Most High, which is the Israelites, it means teach the Israelites, because this is who the word is for. All right, measure the temple, meaning to teach the temple. all right, which is the nation of Israel, you Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans. We're out here to teach you who you really are, all right? We're out here to teach you who the Most High is and how he works, all right? We're supposed to bring you back into remembrance, that you know that you're the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of, man. All right, you Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans, all right? So again, Revelation 11:1, and there was given me a reed like unto a rod, which is the Bible, all right? And the angel stood saying, rise and measure the temple, meaning teach the temple of the Most High, all right? We're supposed to teach the temple of the Most High, you Israelites, man, all right? And the altar of them that worship therein, which is the elect, man, all right? Which is the elect, first and foremost, the elect, all right? So now let's get Zechariah. Let's get Zechariah, the 2nd chapter, all right? Let's get the book of Zechariah, all right? The 2nd chapter, prove that. All right, Zechariah 2. All right, Zechariah 2, and I'll start at verse 1, all right? Zechariah 2:1. And it says, I lifted up my eyes again and looked, and behold, a man with a measuring line in his hand. All right, representing the scriptures. All right. Then said I, whither goest thou? And he said unto me, to measure Jerusalem. All right, Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. Jerusalem represents the nation of Israel. All right. So he said, whither thou goest, to measure the temple of the Most High, man, to measure Jerusalem, which is the nation of Israel, right? Meaning to teach the nation of Israel, man, because this is who the word is for. You Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans, man, and also the Israelites that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth under the other nations, looking like the other nations, man. This is who the word of the Lord is for, man. It ain't, the word of the Lord ain't for nobody else. The Lord didn't give his word to nobody else, man. You understand? We're out here for y'all, man. You Israelites, all right? The ones that are lost, man. All right? Didn't the Lord say he come to save those that are lost? All right? What people are lost on this earth, man? You Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans, because y'all don't know who you are. You don't know who you are. You don't know who your God is. All right? You don't know where you come from. All right? You don't know anything about anything, man. All right, talking about you Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans, man. But the elect of y'all, the remnant that was predestined, all right, to come back to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, all right, y'all gonna remember. You're gonna wake up and remember, all right, like the book of Baruch says, man. In the land of their captivity, they shall remember themselves. All right, that's going into the great awakening, man. All right, that Ezekiel, the 37th chapter is talking about the valley of dry bones, which the valley of dry bones is talking about here in America, man. All right, you Israelites, y'all the dry bones, man. Meaning y'all don't know who you are, man. You Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans, y'all don't know that y'all the Israelites. But the elect, the remnant, will wake up, man. All right, matter of fact, let's get that in the book of Baruch, all right? And then we'll come back to this, all right? So let's get the book of Baruch. All right, let's get the book of Baruch real quick. All right, the 2nd chapter. All right, this is the book of Baruch 2. This is all juicy right here. All right. All right, yeah. All right, this is, I just get straight to the point. All right, this is the book of Baruch. All right, 2:30. For I knew that they would not hear me. Yeah. All right. The Lord knew that we wouldn't hear him, man. That we would go off, man. Because the Lord controls everything, man. All right. The Lord is making us go off. The Lord is making us come back. The Lord controls everything, man. This is the Lord's story. He wrote it, man. All right, so that's why the Lord knew, man. All right, so it says, for I knew that they would not hear me because it is a stiff-necked people. Yeah, you Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans, you are a stiff-necked people, man, meaning you're hard-headed, man. All right, you are the most hard-headed people on this earth, man. All right, because you're wicked as hell, man. All right, the last thing that crosses your mind is the fear of the Most High. The last thing that crosses your mind is the Heavenly Father, man. All right, that's the last thing that crosses you Negroes and you Latinos' minds, man. Is the Heavenly Father. When's the last time you niggas prayed, man? All right. All right. The last thing you know how to do is fear the Most High, man. You know? That's why y'all lost out here, man. That's why you're at the bottom of society today, man. Look at y'all, man, in the slums, in the ghettos. You're crackheads, crack addicts, heroin addicts. All right? That's the Lord that did that to us, man. For our wickedness, we went off in the ancient world, man. Until this day, we're still going off, man. All right? What we go through here today as a people on this earth is a punishment of the Most High, man. For our wickedness, man. The Lord, because we used to be kings and gods and rulers of this planet earth. But the Lord brought us down to nothing, man, because of our wickedness, man. But now the Lord is calling us back, man. And the Lord is getting ready to make us a great people once again, man. All right? We're getting ready to be kings and gods and rulers of this planet earth once again. All right? But only the elect is going to come back to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, man. And the rest of you Israelites, the rest of you Negroes, you Latinos, and you Native Americans, y'all going to be destroyed, man. All right? For not coming back unto Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, for not hearkening unto the prophets, man, which is really the Lord speaking, for not hearkening unto the Lord, man. All right, because when you see the prophets out here, that's the Lord calling, man. All right, the Lord is calling you right now, man, calling the elect right now, man. All right. All right, he's calling everybody, but only the elect is going to be chosen, man, and come back, man, for real. All right. So it says, verse 30, for I knew that they would not hear me because it is a stiff-necked people, but in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. Yeah, all right, we're coming back to the remembrance of who we are. And that goes to show you the power of the Lord, man. All right? That goes to show you the power of the Lord. All right? Because we're going from a no people, all right, to the people of the Most High once again, man. All right? The Lord had woke us up and brought us back into remembrance, man. All right? The Lord has rose men to be prophets, man, and teachers on this earth to teach other men, so those men could eventually become prophets and teachers, all right, and then eventually reel in the entire elect. And once the entire elect is reeled in, then that's when the destruction is going to come, and that's right around the corner. We ain't got too much longer, man, because the scriptures say once the gospel is preached throughout the ends of the earth, then shall the end come, man. All right, and that's how we know we're at the end right now, man. All right, because the great awakening is happening right now. You understand? All right. It says, but in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. Yeah, and we are in the land of our captivity right now, man. We're captives here in America, man. We're captives all throughout the four corners of the earth, man. Because we don't rule nothing on this earth. We don't rule this earth. We don't rule any society on this earth. We're not in power anywhere on this earth. We're not kings and gods and rulers of this earth right now. We're at the bottom. All right, we're in exile. We're in captivity right now, man. We're underneath Esau, Edom's hand. All right, he's the one that creates all the rules and regulations upon this earth. All right, and so the other nations, wherever you go, man. All right, we don't make no rules and regulations and laws wherever we go on this earth, man. We have to abide by the rules, laws, and regulations of our enemies, man. We have no power on this earth. We have no say-so on this earth. we're in the land of our captivities right now. And we're remembering ourselves in the land of our captivity, man. We're coming back to who we really are. We're waking up, man. All right, the elect is almost sealed, man. Because those nuclear, that's how you know the elect is almost sealed, man. All right? You know? Because those nuclear missiles are about to fly, man. You understand? All right? Let me see something real quick. All right, so let's go back into Revelation, man. All right? Let's go back into Revelation, continue breaking it down. All right? Revelation, all right, 11 and 1, starting at the top again. Let me let this bus pass. It's loud, man. Let me let this bus pass real quick. Revelation 11 and 1. And there was given me a reed like unto a rod. And that reed like unto a rod represents a measuring tool. That measuring tool is the Bible. Alright? It says, and there was given me a reed like unto a rod. And the angel stood saying, rise and measure the temple of God. Yeah, measure the temple of God. The temple of God being the Israelites, starting with the elect. All right, and I said the Bible is that measuring tool. Right, when it says measure the temple of God, measure meaning teach this word to the temple of God, which is the nation of Israel, because this is who this word is for. All right, so now let's go back into let's get the precept for that. We already got it before, but I'll get it again. All right, the precept for that is Zechariah, the 2nd chapter. All right, Zechariah, all right, 2 and 1. All right. I lifted up my eyes again and looked, and behold, a man with a measuring line in his hand, representing the scriptures. All right. Then said I, whither goest thou? And he said unto me, to measure Jerusalem. Jerusalem is the people before it's a place. Jerusalem represents the nation of Israel. So we're supposed to measure Jerusalem. Measure, teach the nation of Israel. This is who we're out here for. To teach you Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans, the Israelites, man. All right. So let's jump back into Revelation 1. And there was given me a reed like unto a rod. And the angel stood saying, rise and measure the temple of God and all the altar of them that worship therein. All right, so now let's prove that the temple of God is the nation of Israel. Let's get 1 Corinthians, the 3rd chapter. Let's grab that. All right. All right, 1 Corinthians 3 and 16. All right, let's grab that real quick. All right. 1 Corinthians 3 and 16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you? Yeah. So Paul was talking to the Israelites, man. He said, know ye not that ye are the temple of God. So when we read measure the temple of God, the Lord is, the scriptures are talking about to measure the Israelites, to teach the Israelites, man. All right. So let's go back. All right, read it again. All right, Revelation 11 and 1. And there was given me a reed like unto a rod, and the angel stood, saying, rise and measure the temple of God, and the altar, and them that worship therein. But the court which is without the temple leave out. Yeah, because you had the inner court, which if you go into, when you go into the history, all right, the inner court was for the Israelites, and is where the Israelites and the Jews dwelt. But outside the court is where the Gentiles dwelt. All right, so this is what the Lord said in the scriptures. They're saying in verse 2. All right, it says, but the court which is without the temple, which is outside the temple, all right, It says, but the court which is without the temple leave out, and measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles. Yeah, because the word of the Lord is only for the nation of Israel. The Lord said, don't measure the temple that is without, man, because it is given unto the Gentiles, all right? Because the salvation is not for the Gentiles, man, all right? You understand? The Lord said, don't measure the temple that is without, because it is given unto the Gentiles. Meaning, don't teach the Israelites, because the word of the Lord is not for them. Salvation is not for them. All right? So let's read it again, but let's start at verse 1. All right? And there was given me a reed like unto a rod, and the angel stood, saying, rise and measure the temple of God, and the altar, and them that worship therein. But the court which is without the temple leave out, and measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles. Yeah, the Lord said, don't measure the Gentiles, don't teach the Gentiles, because the word of the Lord is not for the Gentiles, man. All right? It is only for the nation of Israel, man. All right, the Gentiles in this verse is talking about the heathen nations. All right, the people who are not Israelites. All right, because in the New Testament, the Israelites are also known as Gentiles, but Gentiles in this verse are not talking about the Israelites. It's talking about the heathen nations, the non-Israelites, man, the natural Gentiles. All right. The Lord said, don't measure the temple that is without, because it is given unto the Gentiles, man. All right, meaning don't teach them, man. All right, because the word of the Lord is not for them. The Lord said, don't teach them, meaning the Lord said, don't measure them, meaning don't teach them, man. All right. Verse, I read 2 again. It says, the court which is without the temple leave out. Yeah, leave them out, because it's not for them. And measure it not. Yeah, don't teach them, man. All right. For it is given unto the Gentiles, and the holy city, which is the nation of Israel, shall they tread underfoot 42 months, which is going into 3.5 years, which really represents 350 years. All right, which is the time from 1619 to up into 1960 to when the Lord rose up the Israelites, man, starting with Abba Bivens, man. All right, because that's when we woke up, man. All right. So it says, yeah. Now let's get Matthew real quick. All right, Matthew. To pair that off, man. All right, to precept that. All right. Yeah, because the Lord, let's read verse 2 again. It says, but the court which is without the temple leave out, and measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles. Yeah, the Lord said, don't teach the Gentiles, don't teach these other nations, because the word of the Lord is not for them. It's not for no other people, man. All right, that's why the Lord said it, told the disciples in Matthew 10th chapter, that when ye go not into the way of the Gentiles, but go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, man. All right, matter of fact, let's grab that. All right, Matthew 10. All right. All right, Matthew 10 and 5. It says, these 12 Yahushai sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Yeah. So the Lord told the disciples, when you go to teach, don't go to the Gentiles, and don't go to any city of the Samaritans, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So if the word was for everybody, why did the Lord tell the disciples, don't go to the Gentiles and don't go into the city of the Samaritans? All right, because that's where the heathens dwell, in Samaria. All right, because when you go into the history, all right, during the time of the Assyrian Empire, all right, the Assyrians, all right, they took the other nations and dropped them in the land of Samaria, man, where Samaria is at, man. All right, you read about that history in 2 Kings, the 17th chapter, man. You understand? All right. You know, because the word of the Lord is not for everybody. All right. You know, Because these wacky-tacky Christians think that salvation is for all people, man. That's not true, man. All right, it's only for our people, the Negro, Latino, Native American, man. All right, the nation of Israel. The Lord only loves one people. He don't love everybody like you know, contrary to popular belief, man. That's not scriptural, man. All right. So let's keep reading verse 3. All right, it says, and I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days clothed in sackcloth. Yeah, those 2 witnesses represent the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom of Israel, man. All right, those are the 2 witnesses, man. All right, and they shall prophesy. All right, it says, and they shall prophesy. All right, 1,260 days clothed in sackcloth. These are the 2 olive trees, all right, and the 2 candlesticks standing before the Most High of the earth. You understand? All right, and those olive trees again represent the southern kingdom and the nation of the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom of the nation of Israel, man. All right, on the sun right here, you Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans, man. All right. All right, so let's prove that, because there's only one people throughout the Bible, all right, known as olives, all right, or olive trees, man, or branches and boughs, and that's the nation of Israel, all right? So let's go to Jeremiah 11, all right? Let's go to Jeremiah 11, all right? There's only one people in the entire, and all throughout the scriptures that are known as olive trees, man, all right? All right, let's get that, all right? That's Jeremiah 11. All right. All right, but let's read Revelation 11 and 4 again. It says, I'll start at 3. It says, and I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days clothed in sackcloth. Again, those 2 witnesses represents the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom of the nation of Israel. All right. It says, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days clothed in sackcloth. These are the 2 olive trees and the 2 candlesticks standing before the Most High of the earth. All right. Verse 6 says that these are the 2 olive trees, all right, which represents the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom of the nation of Israel. All right, so let's prove that with Jeremiah 11 and 16. It says, oh Yahweh, all right, excuse me, let's prove that with Jeremiah 11 and 16. It says, Yahweh called thy name a green olive tree, fair and of goodly fruit, with the noise of a great tumult. He has kindled fire upon it, and the branches of it are broken. Yeah, so the Lord is talking to the nation of Israel. You Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans, man. All right, the Lord is calling you an olive tree or an olive branch. All right, all throughout the scriptures, the Israelites are known as olive trees or olive branches, man. All right, so the Lord said that these are the 2 olive trees, talking about the nation of Israel. You understand? All right, so let's keep going. All right, matter of fact, let's also get Zechariah 4. All right, let's get Zechariah 4th chapter. All right. All right, Zechariah 4 and 14. Let's grab that. All right, Zechariah 4 and 14. Then he said, these are the 2 anointed ones that stand by the Lord of the whole. No, matter of fact, let me go up. Let me go up. It says, Zechariah 4 and 12. It says, and I answered again and said unto him, what be these 2 olive branches, you see, which through the golden pipes empty the golden oil out of themselves? And he answered me and said, knowest thou not what these be? And I said, no, my Lord. Then he said, these are the 2 anointed the whole earth. All right. So now let's go back talking about the candlesticks, man. All right. All right. So now let's go verse 5. It says, and if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouth and devour their enemies, and if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed. Yeah. All right. So now let's go to Psalms 105 and 15. All right. Matter of fact, let me read verse 6 again, but I'll read verse 5 again. All right. Let me read verse 6, but I'll start at verse 5 again. It says, and if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouth and devour their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed. These have power to shut heaven, that it rain not in the days of their prophecy, and have power over the waters to turn them to blood, and to smite the earth with all the plagues as often as they will. All right. This goes into the spiritual power that the Lord is going to give the prophets, man, in these last days, man. All right. Because like what did Elijah do? All right. Did not the Lord give Elijah the prophet, all right, in the scriptures, all right, to rain down fire from heaven? All right. Then it also says, verse 6, these have the power to shut heaven, all right, that it rain not in the days of their prophecy, and have power over the waters to turn them to blood. And that's exactly what Moses did, man. All right, to turn the waters into blood. All right, then he turned the rivers of Egypt into blood, and all the waters thereof into blood. All right, when he when the Lord used Moses to bring the plagues upon Egypt, man. All right, this is going into the spiritual power that the Lord is going to give these men in the last days. His men, man, his true men, the prophets, in these last days, man. All right. So let's go into Psalms 105. All right, let's go into Psalms 105 real quick. All right. All right, but I'll read verse 5 again. Revelation 11 and 5, it says, and if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouth and devoureth, all right, their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed. Yeah, because the Lord got our backs, man. All right, the Lord got our backs, man. All right, the Lord not going to leave us helpless, man. All right, so let's get Psalms 105 and 15. All right, Psalms 105 and 15, it says, saying, touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. You see? All right, no harm is not going to touch the prophets, man. All right, no harm is not going to touch the prophets, man. All right, when the Lord gives certain men spiritual power in that last day, man. You know, certain men are going to be given spiritual power, man. You understand? All right. It says, these have power to shut heaven, that it rain not in the days of their prophecy. All right. And have power over waters to turn them to blood, and to smite the earth, all right, with all plagues as often as they will. Yeah, talking about the spiritual power that the prophets are going to receive, man. All right, now I got a precept here. Let me get it. Let me grab it real quick. All right. Isaiah 33 and 18. It says, thy heart shall meditate terror. All right, where is the scribe? Where is the receiver? All right, where is he that counted the towers? Yeah, all right, because we're gonna be given spiritual powers. All right, and we're gonna meditate terror on our enemies, man. In these last days, the type of things we're gonna be able to do in these last days to our enemies is gonna be something crazy, man. All right, we're gonna perform great miracles, man. We're gonna meditate great terror upon our enemies, man. All right, we're gonna do crazy and terrible things to our enemies in these last days, man. When the Lord gives us that spiritual power, man. You understand? All right. The scripture did not the Lord say that all these miracles that I do, ye shall do, and even greater. All right, we're gonna do greater things than what the Lord did, man. All right, the Lord's gonna give us a crazy type of power, and Lord, will I be one of those men, man? You know, that the Lord deals with in these last days, man. During the time of Jacob's trouble, man, that no harm touches me, man. The Lord said, "Do my prophets no harm," man. All right. Matter of fact, let's get that again in Psalms. All right, the book of Psalms 105. All right. All right, I'll start at verse 13. It says, when they went from one nation to another, from one kingdom to another people, all right, he suffered no man to do them wrong. Yea, he reproved kings for their sakes, saying, touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. Yeah, all right, because the scriptures say that the angels camp around those that fear the Lord, man. All right, which mainly are the prophets of the Lord, man. All right, the true prophets and the true servants of the Lord. All right, big dog, take care, man. All right. All right, no, the Lord got us in these last days, man. You understand? All right. Let me grab my scriptures real quick. The wind is blowing my scriptures all around. All right. So let's continue, man. All right. Verse 7. And when they shall have finished their testimony, all right, the beast that ascended out of the bottomless pit shall make war against them and shall overcome them and kill them. Yeah, that's talking about during the time of when Esau, Edom came back into power, man. Starting with the Renaissance era, the end of the Dark Age, man. All right, you know. So let's read that again. It says, and when they shall have finished their testimony, the beast that ascended out of the bottomless pit shall make war against them and shall overcome them and kill them. Yeah, because that's going into the time of Jacob's trouble also. All right? That begins with the Lord bringing Esau, Edom back into power with the rise during the time of the Renaissance era. Because at the end of the Dark Ages, when our people fell, right, the new era came, man, called the Renaissance age, which means rebirth. Rebirth, meaning what? The rebirth of Esau, Edom coming back into power, man. Right? So let's keep reading. It says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the excuse me, read that again. It says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city. And their dead bodies, meaning spiritually dead. All right, dead from the neck up, not literally dead. All right, meaning spiritually dead. All right, because we don't know, we didn't know who we were. All right, we don't know who we are. All right. It says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city. That great city is talking about America, Babylon. All right, Babylon the Great. The great daughter of Babylon, Mystery Babylon, which is America, man. All right, it says their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, man. All right, our people are dead out here, man. From the neck up, spiritually dead, not literally dead, you know. Spiritually, in this verse is talking about spiritually dead, man. All right, in the streets of the great city, which is talking about America. All right, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt. Yeah, all right, this place, America, is known as Sodom and Egypt in the Bible. All right, spiritual Sodom and Egypt, man. All right, because this place has taken on the ways of Sodom. All right, because what goes on in this place, man, same thing that went on in Sodom, man. All right, and it's more wicked than Sodom, man. All right, everybody here, sodomy is legal here, man. All right, same-sex marriage is legal here, man. All right, they you know, they got pride parades and all of that, man. All right, sodomy and homosexuality and lesbianism, that's praised in this man. That's exalted in this land, man. All right, all that wickedness, man. This place is spiritual Sodom, man. All right, America, man, and it's also spiritual Egypt. All right, look at the back of the dollar bill. You got the Egyptian pyramid on there. All right. You know, and Egypt represents bondage, man. Were we not held bondage? Were we not held captive here? All right, just like we were held bondage in captivity in ancient Egypt, man. All right. This place is spiritual America, is spiritual Sodom, and spiritual Egypt, man. All right. It says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the... let me read that again. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city. Yeah, the dead bodies, the spiritual dead bodies of the nation of Israel. You Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans. All right? Your dead bodies are going to lie in the streets of the great city here in America, man. All right? Which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, America, where also our Lord was crucified. Not literally crucified, all right? But the Lord was X'd out here, man. Because look who they put the image of our Lord up, man. They took down the false image and put up Caesar Borgia up, man. A so-called white man, all right? Caesar Borgia, Serapis Christos, man. You understand? All right? So let's read that again. Verse 8, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified, all right? Meaning he was X'd out here, all right? He's not accepted, man, all right? Not talking about literally crucified, but he's the true image of the Lord is not put up here, man. You know? Again, Caesar Borgia is put up, man. Serapis Christos is put up, man. You understand? All right. So let's go. Let's keep reading. It says, and they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves. Yeah, because that's how you know it's not talking about literally dead bodies, man. All right, because it says they shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves, man. Why? Because they're going to be using us, all right, to get ahead, man. All right, they're going to be using us to get ahead, man. All right, they shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves, all right. It says, and they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because these two prophets tormented them that dwell on the earth. Let's read that again. All right. It says, and they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another. Yeah. All right. Because they see us in our destroyed state. All right. So they make merry, man, because they get over on us. They use us to get ahead, man. All right. To have more power over us. That's how you know they know who we are, man. That we are the Israelites, man. All right. Because they know when the Lord is dealing with us, all right, that we're unstoppable, man. So they keep us away from who we are, man. They lie about who we are, because once we figure out that we're the Israelites, all we gotta do is come back to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, and it's over, man. It's ball game, man. You know. All right. So it says, and they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies. All right. They're spiritually dead, all right, from the neck up, 3 days and a half, all right, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves. Yeah, go again, showing you that is not talking about literally dead bodies, man. It's spiritually dead, man. All right, because it said they shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves, man. All right, and they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because these two prophets, which is the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom of Israel, all right, it says, because these two prophets tormented them that dwelt on the earth. And that goes to show you that they know who we are, man. They know who we are, man. Because these other nations know who we are, so they're happy, all right. They make merry, all right, that we're now in a low state, all right. Because when we know who our God is, when we know who we are, all right, the Lord deals with us, man, and they know that they can't do nothing against us, man. So they make merry that we're in that spiritual dead state, that we don't know who we are, that we don't know who our God is, you know. It says, and after 3 days and a half, all right, the spirit of life of the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet. Again, that 3 days and a half, all right, represents 350 years, man, from the time the bulk of the slaves came over here, which is 1619, unto the time the Lord woke up the Israelites, starting with Abba Bibbins, man. All right, when we woke up, started to come back to who we really were, man, who we really are, man. All right. So verse 11, when you read it, it says, and after 3 days and a half, all right, the spirit of life, all right, from God entered into them. Yeah, all right. And they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. And that's talking about the prophets, right? Because now the prophets are out here, all right. And great fear had fell upon them, because now they see the prophets out here, man. The Lord is bringing back his people, man. All right. And that's why these other nations are in great fear now, especially the elites. Esau, Edom, starting with the elites. All right, great fear. You better believe that the elites are in fear right now, man, because they see the true prophets of the Lord out here. They see that prophecy is coming to pass. All right, they see that prophecy in the scriptures is coming to pass. That the Lord said that he was going to raise his people up in the last days. All right, and bring his people back unto him, man. The Lord is doing that right now. That's why the elites in these other nations, the heathen nations, are in fear, man. Because now they seeing the Lord is bringing his people back, all right? And he's getting ready to make them kings and gods and rulers of this planet Earth once they do, all right? And that they're going to be at the bottom once again, man, all right? And we're going to be on top, and we're going to rule, all right? So it says, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from God entered into them. That's right. All right, coming back to who we are. All right, and they stood upon their feet, talking about the prophets. All right, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. Yeah, these other nations are in great fear because they see the prophets are out here now. The Lord is raising up the nation of Israel again. The Lord is bringing back his people, man. All right. And the elites are in great fear because they know, they see us out here, man. They see us out here, man. You know? And because they see us out here, they know that their time is short. And that's why, like it says in Revelation 12:12, that they know their time is short. All right? So he's getting ready to come upon this earth with great wrath, man. Edom is getting ready to come upon this earth with great wrath, man. Because he knows that his time is short. He's getting ready. The Lord is getting ready to bring him down, man. All right. And he knows that because he sees the prophets out here, man. You know? All right. And the same thing, it says the same thing in Wisdom of Solomon, man. Matter of fact, let's get that. All right. Wisdom of Solomon 5. All right. All right. Let's grab that. Wisdom of Solomon 5. All right. All right. It says, Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him. Yeah, the righteous man is talking about the prophets. They shall stand in great boldness. All right. The true prophets of the Lord are standing bold in front of his enemy, man. All right? In front of the people that have afflicted us, man. All right, let's read that again. All right, Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Then shall the righteous man stand up. All right, let me read that again. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him. Yeah, the prophets are out here boldly, man. All right, prophesying the downfall of our enemies. All right, telling Esau, eat him to his face, that he's the devil and that he's going into chains and shackles. All right, he's getting ready to be a slave. All right, he's going to fall from the rulership of this planet Earth. That's right, Esau. All right, starting with you wicked elite banking families, you Rothschilds. All right, you Rockefellers. All right, you DuPonts, the Collins family. All right, the Aster family. All right, you're going into shackles and you're going into chains, man. All right, straight up. All right, you're going to be our slaves, Esau. All right. It says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. Yeah, the elites, all right, they're in great fear right now. You better believe they're in great fear right now. And all these other nations that know who we are, they're in great fear right now, man. Why? Because the prophets are out here, man. All right, they see that the Lord has risen up the prophets once again, man. In these last days, the Lord is raising up his people again in these last days, man, like the Lord said he would, man. Amos the 9th chapter, man. Matter of fact, let's get that. All right, Amos 9. All right, then we'll go back to this, man. All right, Amos 9. Let's grab it, man. Amos 9, man. All right, Amos 9:11. All right, Amos 9:11. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen. Yeah, talking about the last days. The Lord said he's going to raise up the tabernacle of David that has fallen, man. And he's doing that right now. He's doing that right now with the prophets. You see the prophets out here, right? All right, the Israelites of Great Millstone. All right, and the ones that teach in like manner. Those are the true prophets of the Lord, man. All right. It says, in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old. Woo! And the Lord is doing that right now, man. The Lord is doing that right now. They see the Lord doing that right now. All right? The Lord is building up the tabernacle of David right now. And that's why these other nations are in great fear, starting with the elite banking families, man. All right? Let's read that again. All right? It says, Amos 9:11, in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will rebuild it as in the days of old. Yeah. All right. And the Lord is going to make it better. He going to make the last better than the first, man. All right. He going to do what's better in the last days than how we were in the first, man. All right. Matter of fact, let's get that. All right. All right. Let's get Ezekiel 36. All right. Ezekiel 36. All right, and 11. All right, let's get that real quick. All right. Ezekiel 36:11. It says, I will multiply upon you man and beast, and they shall increase and bring fruit. And I will settle you after your old estates, and will do better unto you than at your beginnings. Woo! And that's what the Lord is getting. That's what the Lord is doing right now. And that's going to be in the kingdom of heaven, man. All right. But right now, the Lord is slowly and really fastly, all right, raising up the tabernacle of David. All right. The Lord say He's going to raise up His ruins. We just read that, Amos 9 and 11. All right. But the precept is Ezekiel 36 and 11. All right. And I will multiply upon you man and beast, and they shall increase and bring fruit. And I will settle you after your old estates, and will do better unto you than at your beginnings, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh. All right. We gonna know Yahweh is Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, man. All right, because the Lord is going to show His power. The Lord is going to be exalted in these last days, man. All right. Come on, man. It says, so let's go back into Revelation. All right. It says, after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. All right. Yeah. All right. Because they see the prophets out here now. Now the elites in these other nations know that their time is short, man. All right. That they're not going to rule over us anymore, man. You know. It says, and they heard, which is the elect. The day is the heard. The day that heard is the elect. It says, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. Yeah, that's talking about us being up into chariots, man. All right? This world calls the UFO. Because when the Lord comes back, when Yahweh Shai comes back with the angels, all right, He's coming back on chariots, all right, which is what this world calls a so-called UFO. And that's how we're going to escape the nuclear fire that's going to hit America, man. The thermonuclear destruction that's going to hit America in World War III. All right, we're going to get beamed up into the chariots, man. All right, to escape that nuclear fire. All right. It says, and they heard a great voice, right? That day is talking about the elect, all right? And they heard a great voice from heaven saying, come up hither, all right? And we gonna hear that voice. We're gonna actually hear Yahweh Shai, right? Yahweh Shai, all right? Say it in the Hebrew, man. We're gonna hear the Lord say, come up hither, all right? We're gonna hear the Lord say, come up hither, man, all right? And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up into heaven in a cloud. In a cloud is talking about what this world calls a UFO. We're going to ascend up into heaven in a cloud, man. It's not talking about a literal cloud, man. It's talking about what this world calls a UFO. We're going to get beamed up into the clouds, man. Into the chariots, man. All right? The chariots in the Bible are also known as clouds. All right, what this world calls a UFO, they're known as chariots in the Bible. They're known as clouds in the Bible. They're known as pillars of fire in the Bible. They're known as whirlwinds in the Bible. All right, they're known as horses and horsemen in the Bible. All right, they're known as wheels within a wheel in the Bible, because that's what they look like, a wheel within a wheel. All right, Ezekiel the 1st chapter, man. All right, so it says, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. All right, and they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. Our enemies are going to look at us, or going to watch us get beamed up. While they're getting hit with nuclear missiles, they're going to watch us get beamed up into those chariots, into those clouds, man. All right, you understand? All right, so let's prove that also. And let's go back into the wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. All right, like we just read. All right, let's go back there. All right. All right, wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. All right, it says, verse 2. All right, it says, when they see it, these other nations, all right, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. They're going to see us out on these highways and hedges and
prophets out here, man. All right. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. Our salvation is going to be strange. We're going to get beaten up into chariots, man. All right, into so-called UFOs, what this world calls a UFO. They're going to be amazed at the strangeness of our salvation, right? And shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. It's going to be so far beyond anything that they have ever imagined, man. When they see so-called UFOs, the Bible calls chariots, beaming us up, man, it's going to be something like you could never even thought of it or imagine, man. It's going to be so crazy, bro. It's going to be strange as hell, man. It ain't going to be strange to us. It's going to be beautiful for us. All right, while we getting beamed up in these chariots, everyone else, we're going to look down and see everyone else, all right, getting destroyed by nuclear fire, man. All right, and Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Rakazah, I am of that number. I am of the elect, that I do get beamed up into those chariots, man. All right, and looking down and seeing fire mingled with glass, like the scriptures say. All right, no, fire mingled with blood. All right, yeah, that's great. All right, fire mingled with blood, man. All right, so let's go back. All right, Ecclesiastes, back in the wisdom of Solomon 5. When they, verse 2, chapter 5, verse 2, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and they shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. And they repented and groaned for anguish of spirit, saying with themselves, this was he? Yeah, they're gonna say, this man right here. All right, the man that was out on the highways and hedges, the ones that we thought was crazy, this is him. This is the man of the Lord, the one that was saying that America's going to be destroyed, all right, by nuclear fire in World War III. The one that was saying that Esau, Edom is going into slavery. The one that was saying that martial law is coming. The one that is saying that famine is coming. All right. The ones that saying that the mark of the beast, which is the microchip, is coming. This is him. This is the man of the Lord. The ones that we thought was stupid and dumb. All right. And they repented and groaning in anguish, for anguish of spirit shall say with themselves, this was he who we sometimes had in the origin a proverb of reproach. We fools counted his life madness and his end to be without honor. Yeah, because they thought we was out here for nothing, man. All right? They thought we was out here for nothing. They thought we wasn't even going to get the honor and the glory in the end, man. They thought we was just some foolish ones out here, man. All right? The ones that had us as a proverb of reproach, man. Let's read that again. All right? It says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and they shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. And they repented and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he who we had sometimes in derision, a proverb of reproach. We fools counted his life madness and his end to be without honor. Yeah, they counted our life madness. They thought we was crazy out here, man. All right, preaching this word, letting them know that America's going to be destroyed by nuclear fire. Letting them know that the microchip is coming. Let them know that that famine is coming, hell, death, and destruction is coming. All right, they counted our life as madness. They thought we was crazy out here, man. crazy out here. These people, when they see us out on the highways and hedges preaching this gospel, they think we're fools. Oh, you guys ain't Israelites. Y'all crazy, man. Y'all ain't the true prophets of the Lord. Yeah, alright. You know? They about to see, man. When they get pelted by nuclear fire and they say it's beamed up, that's what they gonna say to themselves. This is the man. This man here who was calling crazy. Who we thought we was bugged out. You know? Lord willing, man. Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Ratasa. You know, I am of the elect, man. I get the honor and the glory and the last laugh at the end. I get to say, I told you. It's going to be a beautiful thing, bro. It's going to be a great and beautiful thing, man. You know? I love it when people laugh and make fun of us, man. I love when people laugh and make fun of me and think I'm crazy, man. You know? It's going to be beautiful, bro, because these people have no idea, no clue at all, man. No idea, no clue at all, bro. These people of this earth are in great darkness, man. Very great darkness, man. People walking around having no clue what is going on, man. You know? So far from the truth, man. All right, and then you look at us like we're the ones that are bugged out, man. Woo, that's why it's going to be beautiful, man. It's going to be very beautiful, man, when the Lord makes known who his men are, man. Straight up. Who Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai makes known who his men are in these last days, man. All right? And it ain't you Christian pastors in these churches, man. And you ones that follow these Christian pastors in these churches, man. You know? Alright? So let's continue reading. Let's go back to Revelation, the 11th chapter. Alright? Let's get it. Says, matter of fact, let's get Isaiah. Let's get Isaiah 26. Let's get Isaiah 26. And 20, all right? Because the precept to Revelation 11 and 12 is one of them is Isaiah 26 and 20, but I'll read Revelation 12 again, all right? And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. Yeah, all right. The elect is going to be ascended up into heaven, into a cloud, into a chariot, into what this world calls a UFO. All right. So now let's get Isaiah 26 and 20. It says, come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers. The chambers is talking about the UFOs, man. So-called UFOs. All right? That's going to beam us up, man. All right? It says, come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers and shut thy doors. All right? About thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment until the indignation pass over. All right? Until the indignation be overpassed. The indignation is talking about the nuclear missiles, right, that are going to hit this earth. We're going to get beamed up into those chariots, into the chambers, what this world calls the UFO. All right, while the earth is being destroyed by nuclear fire. All right, and when the earth is done burning, all right, we're going to come down from those chariots, right? Right unto the earth. All right, to rule this planet Earth. All right, as we're reading right here, Isaiah 26 and 20. Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment until the indignation be overpassed. For behold, Yahweh cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants blood, and shall no more cover her slain. So while the whole earth is being destroyed, we're going to be safe in those chariots, man. All right. The Lord said, hide thyself as a little moment. We're going to hide ourselves for a little bit, all right, while the earth is being destroyed in those chariots, man. All right. It says, let's read it one more time. Isaiah 26:20. Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy door about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment until the indignation be overpassed. Indignation means righteous anger. Until the anger of the Lord be overpassed, we're going to be on those chariots. Until that fire is put out, that's when we're going to come down, man. All right? When the earth is being done being burnt up, man. All right? So now let's go to Revelation 11 and let's continue. Verse 13. All right? Matter of fact, let's go into Mark. All right? Let's go into Mark. All right? Mark 13 and 26. All right, Mark 13 and 26, it says, and this is Yahushua speaking. All right, it says, and then shall they see the Son of Man, all right, coming in the clouds, which are the chariots, which this world calls a so-called UFO, all right, and then shall they see the Son of Man, all right, coming in the clouds with great power and glory. That's what the Lord is coming back on. Chariots, man. So-called UFOs, man. With the angels to destroy this earth. All right, the chariots, the so-called UFOs, which are the chariots in the Bible, all right, they're going to destroy this earth, and they're also going to be salvation unto the elect, man. All right. So let's go back to Revelation 11, right? In 13, it says, the same hour there was a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell. And in the earthquake were slain of 7,000, and the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the God of heaven. All right, so let's read that again and I'll break it down. All right, it says 11 and 13, Revelation 11 and 13. The same hour there was a great earthquake. Yeah, all right, the earthquake is talking about these nuclear missiles hitting this earth. Destruction. All right, it says in the same hour there was a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell. Yeah, that 10th part of the city is talking about America. All right, meaning America is going to fall and be destroyed. All right, because America is broken up into 10 zones. All right, look it up. All right, look up the 10 FEMA camp zones. All right, there's 10 FEMA is broken up into 10 zones, all right? Look it up. There's 10 FEMA zones, all right? Which is the 10 zip codes of America, man. Look it up, all right? So that 10th part of the city, all right, is talking about America. It says the 10th part of the city fell, all right? It says, in the same hour was there a great earthquake, talking about the nuclear destruction, and the 10th part of the city fell, talking about America. America fell. America's going to be destroyed, man. It's going to be wiped off the face of this earth. America is broken up into 10 zip codes, all right, 10 FEMA zones, all right, because when this martial law pops off, all right, America's going to be broken up into 10 parts. Look it up, man. All right. There's 10 FEMA camp zones, man. All right. All right. So now let's continue reading. It says, in the same hour there was a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell. And in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000. And 7 just represents completion. A complete number, a very great number is going to be destroyed. Everyone that's in America who is not of the elect is going to be destroyed and burnt by nuclear fire, man. All right. It says, and in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000, and the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the Most High of heaven. The remnant is also known as the elect. The remnant is the only ones that's going to come back unto Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai to be saved from this nuclear destruction. Only a small portion, a small remnant of you Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans are going to be saved from it, man. All right, 1/3 of y'all. That's in Zechariah the 13th chapter, starting at the 8th verse, 8 through 9. All right. All right. It says the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. Talking about World War III. The second woe was past, meaning the Second World War, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. All right. This is all going to happen during the time of World War III. All right. All right. It says, and the seventh angel sounded, and there were great voices in heaven, saying, the kingdom of this world are excuse me, let me read that again, verse 15. And the seventh angel sounded, and there were great voices in heaven, saying, the kingdoms of this world are become the kingdoms of our Lord and of his anointed, and he shall reign forever and ever. Yeah, because that's what the Lord is coming back for. All right? To bring down all the kingdom and rulership of this planet Earth, man. Because the earth, this earth is the Lord's earth. This is the Lord's earth. And the Lord is coming back to take rulership of this planet Earth. All right? The Lord is coming back to rule this planet Earth. All right? All the kingdoms and all rulership and all authority is going to be brought down when the Lord comes back. Because the Lord is coming back to take what is his, man. This is the Lord's earth. The Lord created this earth. It was created by him, for him. All right? This is the Lord's earth. He's coming back to take what is his. The Lord is coming back to rule this earth. All power on this earth is going to be brought down, man. All right? When you read Revelation, the 19th chapter, it says that there were many crowns on his head, which represents all the kingdoms that he's going to conquer, all the kingdom and rulership that he's going to conquer when he comes back on this earth, man. All you people that have power on this earth, you're not going to have power on this earth. All your rulership and all the authority on this earth is going to be brought down. There's not going to be no more any rulership or authority or power on this earth anymore when the Lord comes back. The only power and rulership on that this earth is going to be is the Lord's rulership, man. The kingdom of heaven. All right? The Lord's power. All right? Matter of fact, let's get that. All right? But let's read verse 15 again. All right? And the seventh angel sounded, and there were great voices in heaven, saying, the kingdoms of this world and all the nations and kingdoms of this world is going to become the Lord's, man. This is the Lord's earth. He's coming back to rule this earth. This is his earth. All right? It says, saying, the kingdoms of this world are become the kingdoms of our Lord and of his anointed, and he shall reign forever and ever. Now let's get 1 Corinthians. Let's get 1 Corinthians 15 chapter, all right? Which tells you what's going to happen when the Lord comes back. All right. 1 Corinthians 15 and 24. It says, then cometh the end. All right, he shall have delivered. Matter of fact, I'll start at verse 23. All right, 1 Corinthians 15 and 23. But every man in his own order. All right, Yahushai, the first fruits. Afterward, they that are Yahushai's at his coming. Then cometh the end, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom to the Most High, even the Father, when he shall have put down all rule and all authority and power. That's what the Lord is coming back. Any type of rulership on this earth, the Lord is getting ready to bring it down and pull it down. You're not, any type of rule, any type of rulership, all rulership is coming to naught when the Lord comes back, man. Because it's the Lord that's going to rule this earth now. You know, it's going to be the Lord and His elect that's going to rule this earth, because He's going to share His rulership with us. All right, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Raphael, I am of the elect. The Lord is going to share His throne with the 144,000. So the Lord is coming back to sit on His throne to rule this planet Earth, and it's going to be the elect that's going to rule with Him, man. All right. It says, then cometh the end when He shall have delivered up the kingdom to the Most High, even the Father, when He shall have put down all rule and all authority and power. For He must reign till He has put all enemies under His feet. The last enemy that shall be destroyed is death. For He has put all things under His feet. All right? Yeah. Ain't gonna be no type of power you people gonna have on this earth when the Lord comes back. Because the kingdom that the Lord is coming back to set up is the kingdom of Israel, man. The kingdom of the Negro, Latino, Native American man. The so-called Negro, Latino, Native American man. All right? All right? Now let's go back into Revelation 11 and let's read 16, the 16th verse. All right? And the 24 elders which sat before God, all right, on their seats fell upon their faces and worshiped God, saying, we give thanks, O Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Almighty, which art and was and art to come, because thou hast taken to thee thy great power and has reigned, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come. Why is the nations angry? Yeah, because there's not going to be no power in their hand anymore, man. Because we're going to rule now, man. We're going to rule now. All right? The nations are angry, man, because no power is in their hand anymore. All right? And they can't do nothing about it, man. You know? It says, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and should destroy them which destroy the earth, which is talking about Esau, Edom. Esau, Edom, and these other nations have destroyed the earth. First and foremost, Esau, Edom, because right now the rulership of this earth is in his hands. All right, he's the wicked. So now the wicked destroyed the earth, man. You know. But let me read up a little bit. It says, and thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, right, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great. Yeah, which is the kingdom of heaven, man. That reward is the kingdom of heaven. It says that he should give the reward unto thy servants, the prophets. All right, and to the saints, which are the Israelites. All right, and to them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. And the temple of God, which is the Israelites, all right, was opened in heaven, all right, and there was seen in the temple the ark of his testament, and there were lightnings and voices and thunderings and an earthquake and great hail. Woo! All right, so let me see where we're at. All right, so that's Revelation 11, man. That's in Revelation the 11th chapter. That's the true breakdown of it, man. All right, so Lord willing, all right, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Ratazad, this lesson was edifying, man. All right, so I want to say call Haloyam Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakal Kwitash. All right, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who taught me this truth and who rule well in this truth. Shalom to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel that is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. peace and mercy unto you. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. You are the true chosen people of the book. All right, so again, call Halayim, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah, Kudash. All right, so until the end, man, until the next one, until the next time. All right, Shalom. All right.